You know, I've had a change of heart. And I'm going to tell you why as we shuffle these cards. We're going to do it. Energy of the day. It's raining. Been raining all day in Dover. That rain dance card. Things washing away. Last day of class with the kids. Bittersweet, you know what I'm saying? Bittersweet. Much as I love working with kids, it's the establishment that irks my soul. But I say that to say, even with things going on in the world the way they are, of course we have more important things to think about than the current relationship status of said two people. But I tell you why this is excellent. For one reason, because you have a whole lot of people who are already hurt by their own relationships, choices, blah, 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 coming out and taking sides and firing shots. Like the one I just saw was really great. Said anybody taking Clay's side has homosexual tendencies for Clay. Like this is what people are thinking. And without this situation and many others like it, it's not just this. This is just like in the realms of relationships. We are seeing what people are really thinking and going through vicariously. And this is why Spirit has a lot of y'all sitting still, minding your own business and just watching and not getting caught up in the drama. It's not that you don't have an opinion about it. I'm sure you do, you don't, whatever. Most of y'all don't care. I don't care. I really don't care. I think it's funny at the end of the day. Mason Cameron, they just funny to me. You know what I'm saying? And they do have valid points, but everybody does. You know what I'm saying? But it's the position of people and how they feel. I had a potential employer. I was reading her posts and I thought to myself, how is this woman in a place or position that she's in and she thinks this way about men because of the way she was posting, what she put up as the post. You know what I'm saying? And this is the part where you really show the mask that you've been wearing. You know what I'm talking about? Monster Mania. And yeah, I'm talking a little bit about that old Clegg and May thing. It's not even so much that. It's the people that are around it. And really people showing their true colors. People who just don't like men for their own personal choices, or people who don't like women for their own choices are in the forefront. But anyway, I just want to put that out there that it's you got to kind of look at things not as either good or bad or evil or shit like that. You got to kind of see both sides of what it's offering to get to the middle point. And I honestly think it's a beautiful thing that stuff like this happens to bring people to the surface, so to speak, so you can see who they are. Like if I didn't know all that about the said person I was going to work with, like I would have never known. Nobody's ever going to show you or pull that mask off. But when I saw their reaction to that particular situation, it made me really rethink would I even want to be in the presence or work with somebody who feels like that, especially being a dude. You know what I'm saying? That you feel this type of way about the opposite sex because of your own choices and decisions and consequences during life. You know what I'm saying? Had nothing to do with me or anybody else, but we often get the projection from other people's pain and hurt. So, females out there, if you can't be, you know what I'm saying? People already have that idea of what you represent. Same thing with dudes. They already have that idea of who you are and represent based on their own experience. And the sad part about that is they do not give you the chance to authentically show who you are. You know what I'm saying? Let's get some cards. King of Clubs. This is study. This is knowledge. This is the unexpected happen. This is a double Uranus card. And you can tell because the King of Clubs in this card is actually a female. This was a commission I did a few years back for a sister. before I knew the deck was going to be a deck. And I decided to use it because it represents the unpredictable nature of this card, and what it represents. But it definitely represents the knowledge, the smarts, the keys, the master key, the mind, shaping the mind. And then we have that with the Knight of Cups, which is leaving things behind. Very emotional. And it's kind of like today, because today is the last day of class with the kids at the school. So this is kind of that energy. It's leaving something behind. Maybe a course of study or just an area. It could be anything in life, y'all. You know what I'm saying? It could be anything in life that you're leaving behind right now. Something that you studied for, maybe a job or a position. And yeah, it's being cleared out. Blue storm is here, and it's been raining all day. And spirit funny as hell. It started raining maybe an hour before I'd go in, and then as soon as I go in, it started raining. And then it stopped when I got there. When I got there, and was getting ready to leave, it started raining again. Me and the kids, because some of the kids ride home too on their bikes. We was just shaking our heads. All right, and this has the moon in the reverse. So this clearing out this is what I'm talking about. It's bringing things to the surface. This moon in reverse, this blue storm. We're really getting to the meat and potatoes of what we're dealing with now. And this is going to help the choices we have to make moving forward now. You know what I'm saying? Knowing someone's position is some Sun Tzu shit for your ass. You understand? Knowing how to act accordingly based on people's behaviors, their patterns, blah, blah, blah. It's no longer hidden. And this is a lot of what we're walking away from individually and as a collective. There's certain mind states, people, places, things that we really need to leave alone. Like, just be done with it. Clear it out of there. You know what I mean? Because these people, places, and things are energy drains. They take away our ability to self-generate, which is be, self-sustaining at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? They take away from more than they give. So it's an uneven balance. And this is being seen right now in whatever area of life. Let's get a couple of cards from the Santa Muerte so we can get a little bit more clarity on these areas of life for all y'all. Because y'all different out there. You know what I mean? For some of y'all, it's, it could be your kids. It could be your significant others. Oh, it's not going to tell us that. It's giving us another story. Oh, wow. Yeah, okay. Ah. Uh-huh. Give me one more. All right, so what we got here is... Give me one on top of that for me. All right, came out yesterday. This card has been coming out about the detox. And this detox goes many ways, you know what I'm saying? I told y'all about the story on the bike yesterday. I gotta stop cursing at people while I'm on my bike on the road just because they do dumb shit all day, every day. You feel what I'm saying? It's not for me to waste that kind of energy. It is what it is. Nothing I do or say is going to change how other people do their thing. You know what I mean? So that's part of my practice now, is when I'm on that bike, that I just mind my business, even though people are almost sideswiping me. And today's the day where they can splash a puddle. Like, I got to the light. It turned green. It's pouring down rain. And there's only 3 cars. So once they get by, I can go about my business, right? And they just sit there. 10 seconds go by. They're still sitting there. I'm like, what the fuck is going on with you motherfuckers moving? These are the rants that I get into sometimes when I'm on that bike. And it's like, man, you in the rain. You being purified anyway. You know what I'm saying? Dropping these burdens. Now, it isn't all the way finished. But what's happening now is we're planting new seeds. 3 of Pentacles. Releasing burdens as we do it. Not quite over yet. But this is where the fun begins. Because when you're clear, you can manifest. You can go after, and this is really the focus now, is what What do I want moving forward now for myself? And where do I need to study up on? So let's just say in the realms of relationships, as we've been talking about that, this is kind of like going back to school on it. This is like going back to the basics and not based on anything that you've learned prior. The old cycle is over. And we kind of got to get that in our heads. It's like you've been sitting with the energy so long that you're so accustomed to it that you think that that's all there is. And it's the universe is like, no, we're infinite. You know what I'm saying? We got a whole lot of shit to offer. But it's about changing your mind and dropping these burdens here, letting things go. You know what I'm saying? That 10 of wands in reverse is going to turn into that ace sooner or later once it's dealt with. So here we have what I like to say the subconscious mind, planting new thoughts, new ideas, new values. You know, especially how we feel about ourselves now at this time in the journey. Things that once got you up out of bed, things that once ignited your fire just aren't doing it anymore. It's time for something new in your life. It's time for a new endeavor, a new course of study, something that you could really sink your teeth into, you know what I'm saying? Something that really lights your spirit up and puts you in this energy of being a leader, the leader of your own, you know what I'm saying? Being the leader in your own story, so to speak, as you write this story. Now, to go back to the areas of life, this could be business that we're talking about. This could be with children or the way that you communicate. All these things are being purified, fine-tuned. The way you manifest and plant seeds, fine-tuned. You understand what I'm saying? Let's get two more cards. The white dog. And there it is, the ace of pentacles. And you know what's so funny, man? I don't know if y'all remember, if y'all were here maybe about a week ago, but this big black dog walks up on the porch and just eats all the cat food out of the dish up front. Little poodle dog, but a big one, tall one, whatever. Traipsing up and down the street. Wasn't bothering nobody. I went about my business. Well, yesterday, a white dog, same exact model and make, comes traipsing down the street. And it was just quite interesting, you know what I'm saying, to see these two it was like a yin and a yang thing. And also what happened yesterday, I wake up in the morning to about 50 to 100 crows in the front yard, in the tree, hollering and hooting. And then out of all that noise, I hear two other birds, very distinct, up in the same tree. And it turns out to be there's two falcons up in that tree. So they must have been going at it. And at the same time, I look simultaneously to my left. Some lady has hit the pole head on with her car and the pole in the front yard and kind of angled the car in the front yard. She had to hit it head on and then just turned into the yard. This energy is breaking up. There's something in the air, and I know a lot of y'all can feel it. It feels kind of surreal at times. And even in the dream state, there's a lot going on in the dream state. You might not remember the dream, but you might wake up feeling like you've been somewhere. You know what I'm saying? The white dog and the ace of pentacles. Love, loyalty, and heart. What do those words mean to you now? Not 20 years, not prior to this point, but what does it mean to you now? What is loyalty, and where should that loyalty be placed? Outside of yourself, of course. And then it's Ace of Pentacles. A new beginning, a new value system. Have you been seeing signs that you are worth more than you thought you were worth? Are you coming into situations and it's like being the OG in the room and not knowing it And all of a sudden, it's just like everybody's looking up to you because you're saying something they've never heard before. You know what I'm saying? It's a very interesting energy to be in with this ace and this white dog. It's like you offer not only yourself a new beginning, but you show people what this looks like. Through your words, through your wisdom. This is a lot of wisdom gathered coming out of the mouth. You know what I'm saying? That's like the receipts of your journey. You feel me? And speaking from the heart, understanding the process. And what I mean by the process is the time it takes, the steps that you have to go through to even get here, to even get to this point again, to have a new beginning, to have a new cycle of value and worth. You know your time is a lot more precious, even if it's just, enjoying the moment, knowing that tomorrow could be your last day. You know that time spent is precious, and we're not going to do that. Worry about somebody else's relationship. You know what I'm saying? Or what's going on in the world that we have no control over in a certain way. You know what I mean? We can only hope to influence the area or the people around us in whatever way we can. Even if it's online, whatever, just like this. We can still have a reach, but this is a coronation or a graduation or a congratulations, I should say. All the above. This is kudos. This is a job well done. This is getting ready to move to the next phase, to another plateau when we're dealing with corsage. You get those corsages when you go to the prom after you've graduated, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? And you have a new beginning, like she does right here. She's got all these children in her belly, so to speak, like a seahorse that she represents. You feel what I'm saying? But that corsage, and I'm going to get two more, and then we're going to take some ballers if y'all need cars. And then look what happens. So if you feel like you're being tested, or you've been tested in the past couple of weeks, months, shit, your whole life up to this point, if you will, you're right. You're right. And you're going to get a lot of receipts back in certain ways. You're going to get a lot of conversation. You're going to get a lot of forward movement based on how well you did on that final exam. That final exam might have been just you advocating for yourself. Let's take it back to the self. This is you knowing your value, sticking to your guns. This is you making decisions not from a space of like greed or wrath or envy, but you go through the graduation ceremony, so to speak. You get your diploma in whatever area that was challenging for you. And this looks like, just inspiration at the end of the day. You got the Six of Wands, which is victory, and then you have the Eight of Wands. So this wand energy, and again, falling back off of the last 3 days, all this red root chakra energy, the foundation again. You know what I'm saying? This is where you were in a family where people have a history of being abused in whatever way. And you are the one who came and broke the cycle. You understand what I'm saying? You are the one who advocated, the one who spoke out, the one who wasn't afraid to stand up and show others that, this behavior, this kind of thinking is not how we're going to do it moving forward. So in that sense, you graduated. It was a maturity of some kind that you were asked to, you had to grow out of yourself. And in doing so, you became an example. And in becoming an example to others, you become an inspiration to others. So I'm here to tell you, if you've been doing that kind of work, I don't care if you've been, you know, just falling back from certain things you know are not good for you. There's people watching you. If you've been doing things to better yourself in a way where it opened up more opportunities for you to grow, people were watching you and still are watching you. And that gives people a nudge out the door, if you will. It gives people a little bit of courage to take that on themselves. Or it made them extremely jealous and envious. Either case, just like what I was talking about in the opening, it allowed you to see what people were really feeling and thinking at the time. And how the masks have now fallen off. And everybody could see that you were right the whole time, my friend. Not in an egotistical way, but that the way that you took that worked for you was what was needed. Not to say that what you did was going to work for them, but you became that example. Closing, death in the Mayan calendar, again, really speaks about, what did I tell you? Opportunities. Opportunities to leave part of you behind that no longer served. So you let a part of yourself die, if not completely. You became a new person. And then the Hierophant in reverse. Along with the world. And the mirror. Wow, look at this shit right here. A mirroring. A mirroring. No longer committed to the old way of things. No longer committed to the way things used to get things done. And this goes for a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? We could say right now that moving forward, doing the things that we used to do is not going to cut it anymore, especially as a collective. For example, the way we've degraded the environment and whatnot, to think that we're going to keep going and passing it on to another generation to fix and whatnot is folly. You know what I'm saying? To think that any kind of behavioral pattern that is blocking you from being in a healthy relationship and having children and moving on and getting married and all that other good shit, that had to stop. You're going to get so many chances up the bat before, you 60 and 70 and you done outgrown your time. Wasted your time. Squandered the valuable time that you had. So this is really a reading for people who are really understanding the value of not only who they are, but the time that we have in order to do what we came here to do. Call it your life purpose, call it whatever you want. But every second, every moment that we have on this planet, we have a chance to do something different and make a different result, make a different choice to make something better. It's just for ourselves. But like I said, that becomes a mirror. You become a mirror. You become an example, this sort of truth. You're saying it and doing it without even saying it. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're just seeing. And again, the world. Wrapping up the cycles. Flipping, you see that time we're talking about, the value, when the hourglass runs out. It's one of those things where, let's just say, if today was your last day, are you content? Are you at peace with how things have turned out for you? Not for anybody else, but are you at peace with yourself and all the decisions that you made and what you've learned about yourself? You know what I'm saying? Could you close your eyes for the last time and say, I'm good? You understand what I'm saying? So, it's just a metamorphosis. You know what I'm saying? It's the same energy, but a different body. And in those regards, there's really not too many characters in the Transformers lore who embody that more than my man Megatron. So today's transformer of the day, because of the way he's evolved in different mediums over the years and has his name changed and all that other flashing, is my man Megatron, who became Galvatron as well. But there's a bit of a warning in here with this, because when he became Galvatron, he became subservient to another being, right? He had to surrender his own autonomy, so to speak. For this next cycle, it's not about sacrificing any part of yourself to make anybody feel any type of way. Who you are is who you are. Who you become is the masterpiece that you're here to paint and create. You know what I'm saying? And however the world feels about it is on them. But like I said, how you feel about you and what you've done here at the end of the day, no matter what form you had to take on, you know what I'm saying? As long as you're good with it, I'm good with it. I'll say that. I might not agree with your opinions. I might not agree with your thought patterns. But if it works for you and you ain't got to fuck nobody over or do no kind of heinous shit to anybody else, in order for this to happen, I rock with you. I rock with you. I was telling a friend of mine, even if relationships change over time. People sometimes outgrow each other. And I said, at any point you feel like I am not that dude to be in your corner, I would understand that 100%. Because then that's going to make me look at myself and say, well, is there things I should be doing for myself to help me grow? You understand? But I'm not going to sit there and down you or knock you for making a decision that was best for you. You feel me? So just because he was tortured very much by Unicron when he went through his shit. He gained a lot of power, but at what cost? You know what I'm saying? In his new beginning, in his new form, in his various forms. So that's it for Transformative Tarot. Shit, that can go for a couple characters. Even Starscream's monkey ass was kind of on that tip. You know what I'm saying? He had that indestructible spark. He was very unique. We still have decks left if you would like decks. We're still doing the paintings in the after hours if you want to tune in for those. And we're still doing commission artwork if you would like something for yourselves. Or as a gift for a friend or a loved one. We got you on any tip that you would possibly imagine. So just use the email in the description box and let us all know here what's on your mind, what you would like to, what you would like at this time. And we'll see if we can't take care of you. So until the next one, remember that death is really just an opportunity for change. It's an opportunity for growth. So, write yourself a eulogy for the old you. Celebrate the caterpillar that you once were, and celebrate the butterfly that you're becoming or have become at this time. It's a cycle. And we're going to go around and round and round till we get it. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to help equalize. Whatever these words mean to you. Right, good people? Are we doing cards tonight? I don't know. If you want cards, there's a cash app in the description box. It may not be in the description box. I can pull it up for you. Venmo or PayPal if you would like cards if you're still in the room. You gotta do is give me a thumbs up and blah blah blah, and we can handle that for a little bit. If not, I'm gonna be out of here. So I'll leave room for that. Good. That means the message went perfect and people got what they wanted or needed right now. Probably just confirmation. I am going to make something to eat and take it light for the rest of the night until we get to these paintings. So until then, y'all take care of yourselves. And again, congratulations for the changes and the bit of sacrifice that you had to go through to get here. Wholeness and blessings.